Here are some tools that have a crazy return on investment. Absolutely well worth every penny. Some of them are expensive, some of them are cheap. They're all worth it. You should own all of them. All right, so no-brainer, low-hanging fruit, dump trailer and truck. Basically, this is a cheat code for me, as well as the rest of these tools. Really, they are. They just make so much money for what they do and what they offer. Yeah, expensive, not gonna lie, but the amount of just ease of business, ease of use, not having to worry about if my truck can haul anything. Having the 450 is phenomenal. I had a 150. I knew that I was going to outgrow it, but it did serve a purpose. So, I would say if you guys are looking for vehicles or looking for equipment, buy just a little bigger than you think you need, because it gives you a little bit of room to grow, and it's kind of a pain in the butt, and also it's expensive to upgrade equipment because you've already invested a certain amount in whatever equipment you already have existing. I'm not going to need any bigger truck than this. If I do, then I'm just not going to do the work, because it's an F450 dually. Like, come on, like, what are we going to do? And then obviously dump trailers, I can haul whatever I need to in those. And obviously investing in these expensive tools like this, a truck and a dump trailer, they have to do multiple roles. Like, obviously the truck is my daily driver. I haul my family around, my daughter, go get stuff, no big deal. The dump trailer, I can haul equipment, I can haul dirt, I can haul, of course, debris and trash, which is mostly what I use it for on job sites and everything. But of course, I can rent it out, being an income asset, being something that another income stream if I needed to. But having, if I'm investing tens of thousands of dollars in something, it's got to have multiple uses, because I just don't want it for one small revenue stream, or one revenue stream that could potentially end depending on the economy or whatnot. I have multiple uses for it. It just makes sense. That's the way I want to do business, and that's the way I treat the bigger expenses. Number 2, framing nailer. I know this is probably going to get some ruffle your feathers. I've had a framing nailer since it came out. The DeWalt one came out, I think, over 10 years ago now. But a cordless framing nailer is absolutely one of the things that I cannot live without. I have 2 of them, and extended mags, of course, extended mags for everything. That's why I invested in the Milwaukee one. Milwaukee nailed it, no pun intended, out of the park with this one, because it works great. Yeah, I've had a warranty. You're going to have to warranty tools if you keep using them like I do on a professional level. We use them all the time. Fantastic. Absolutely no reason not to have it in my life. And obviously we do jobs based off having the nailer. It's battery powered, so you're going to want to keep the batteries warmer if you need to charge them, of course. But I don't need to run a compressor. I don't need to find power for a compressor. Almost a completely cordless operation is what I run, and it's awesome, super convenient, and it's so nice just to throw something in the back of the truck or in the back of the seat and just get to work. Once you get there, no setting up, very minimal setup time. Just get to work. I love the Milwaukee nailer. I think the trigger failed one time. The mechanism failed. Like, I warrantied it out. It's no big deal. Like, that's why you have multiples. It's the cost of doing business. I would highly recommend a cordless nailer. DeWalt's coming out with another gen, which I hope is way better than their first gen, because their first gen, they're first to market with most of their tools like they usually are. But it leaves a lot to be desired as far as what you can get to with Hitachi, Hikoki, Milwaukee. And I think Makita's actually coming out with a framing nailer too. So framing nailer, fantastic. Number 3, 3-plane laser. Mine's the Milwaukee one. I do have I guess a 12-volt Makita. That one's a 2-plane. Not nearly on the same level. The Milwaukee 3-plane laser with the rod that I bought, it's Milwaukee's little post that you can go as high as you want to. I think up to 12 feet and pretty low as well. This thing is a cheat code. I know I said that about the truck and trailer. That's true. This is also awesome. I find so many uses for this. Hanging mirrors, hanging TVs, any low voltage. If you want to get everything on this, if you're an electrician and you're putting in boxes and you want everything on the same plane, the same level, you don't want to measure every time, you can just set up a laser, go across it, and just hammer out all your cut-in or your boxes, whatever you need. Laser, I find things that I need to use it with, and it is absolutely invaluable to me having this thing. And it sucks when I'm going to a job site like I did the other day, and I forgot didn't have the mount for it. I was like, oh, looks like I'm not doing that part of the job today because I need the laser. It saves so much time. Yes, you can get by without a laser. Snap lines, I get it. If you're master carpentry for the last 700 years, you probably don't need it, but it absolutely it's just, how much is your time worth? It absolutely saves me so much time on job sites. And of course there's a wow factor too. Like, almost every customer is like, wow, like that. It immediately makes you look more professional than maybe you think you are, because you have a certain tool that it shows the customer that you care about getting things right on. It's a self-leveling to an extent. and it just works. And you can see there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The green laser line straight across, you can see exactly where you need to. And it also, you can show customers like, hey, your floors are really out of whack, or your vanity is not exactly right. Do you want me to mount the mirror same way, etc., etc.? I would highly recommend a laser level 3-plane, because you can cross lines, see exactly where the center of something is at. No guesswork whatsoever. Man, just, they're expensive. Like my setup right there with the Milwaukee one with the pole, I think that's running around $700, $800. It's not cheap, but it absolutely is already paid for itself time and time again. Number 4 is you got to have a way for your customers to give you money. My credit card machine, basically this is a Clover Gravity Payments. Highly recommend. They're not sponsored in this video whatsoever. This thing is amazing. It has its own cell service, so I don't need to worry about my, connecting it to my, Wi-Fi hotspot or my phone itself, because sometimes Verizon sucks around my area in Detroit metro area. So this has its own cell service. Yeah, it does cost some money, but this thing, you've got to make it easy for your customers to give you money. If that's just the main thing about it. And of course, if you make it easy, they tend to spend a little extra money here or there. This thing is awesome. I know I invoice. I use Jobber. I can invoice people. They pay me that way. But sometimes you got to take payments in person. And if customers want to bring out their debit card or credit card, whatever it is, you got to be prepared for it. There's other ways of doing it. I used to use Square. Don't use them anymore. It's not good. It's not a good fit me. I had a bad experience with them, not using them at all for the last, I think, 3 or 4 years. It's very good for what it is. Square is very good for the small 1 or 2 transactions. I would highly recommend just starting up that, because it's super easy. You can just download the app and start accepting credit cards. But if you're getting into the big time, if you're actually serious about taking payments, you're going to want to get a standalone device or something that connects to it. Very, very, very useful tool. Especially, there's other things this thing can do as well. Scanning things. Easy to do refunds if a customer changes their mind, or if something happened where you can't do some sort of work. It's super easy and makes it easy, and it also gives the customers a sense that you're professional. They can sign this right here, immediately get an invoice, and done. You're set. So make it easy for your customers to give you money. Number 5, guys, you know what I'm going to say. A laser. I have a Bosch and I have the Milwaukee one right here. This thing saves so much time on estimates. It doesn't directly make me money, but it saves me a lot of time, which in turn I can use to make more money. Distance laser measure for just estimates, going into rooms. I still bring a tape measure for estimates, of course, because there's certain things I need to measure out manually. But just rooms, ceiling heights, how long is it from here? Like it cuts off hours, which turns into days, depending on how long you're in this business for. Just basically saving you. You can write it down notes wise. Makes you look a little more professional because you come prepared on an estimate, right? You want to be prepared on an estimate. Just buy one. They're super cheap. This one's not cheap, but go get a small one. I think Bosch, they have super ones. They're like probably $50-$60. It saves so much time on estimates. I can't even, when I first saw one of these, not this one, but when I first saw them come out, I knew I needed it for estimates, because it absolutely, just walk in, you can shoot a line, boom, done. You know exactly the square footage. And this one itself, you can actually save, and it'll calculate square footage for you as long as you're doing all the measurements. And it just keeps it. And then you hit a button, boom, it gives you the square footage. You don't even need to bring out your cell phone and do the math yourself. It'll do it for you. Super useful. I'm not saying you need it, but at the same time, I will never not have this. And if for any reason this breaks or I lose it, I've got to go buy another one, because right now I have 2. And just in case, it's on the backup, because these things, I'll turn around and go back and get this, because it is absolutely worth every penny. That's what I have, guys. That's the 5 things, 6-ish, depending on how you want to count, if you can count up that high or whatnot. But those have been making me the most money this year. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think. If there's other things I know, impact, hand tools, things that you guys use. I kind of skipped over that. It's kind of, I'm not going to throw a 1/4 inch hex impact in this, because obviously I'll use that almost every day. That's a no-brainer. They're pretty cheap. You can just go buy yourself one. And of course, the most, important tool that you have and most money-making tool is your brain. I get it. People are like, oh, the most, I just use my own mental capacity, and I get it. Yes. But you're going to need a vehicle. You're going to need some sort of equipment, tools. These are the things I wish I definitely would have bought a lot sooner in life. But I have them now, and they absolutely are paying dividends. So like and subscribe. We'll see you guys on the next video. I appreciate everything.